What's the most ridiculous Article 15 you've ever seen someone receive? Fort Carson, Colorado. Our company had this private named Garrett Kemp. Nice kid from Oregon, kept to himself mostly. Really into arts and crafts, which was unusual for infantry. Garrett spent every free moment in his room doing origami, paper folding, made these incredibly detailed paper animals, flowers, dragons. His wall was covered with them. We thought it was harmless, better than drinking or getting in trouble downtown. The guy just liked folding paper. Then weird things started happening around base. Soldiers would find these beautiful origami figures on their desks, in their lockers, on their bunks, always perfectly made, different designs. Nobody knew where they came from. Some guys thought it was their girlfriends leaving surprise gifts. Others figured it was some kind of morale program from command. The origami showed up everywhere. Motor pool office got a paper crane. Supply sergeant found a paper lotus on his keyboard. Even the first sergeant discovered an intricate paper dragon on his desk. This went on for 3 months. The mystery origami artist became base legend. People started requesting specific designs. Notes would appear saying, "Can you make a paper frog?" And sure enough, next day there'd be a perfect origami frog waiting. Command started investigating. Not because anything bad was happening, but because unauthorized access was involved. Someone was getting into secured offices and buildings after hours. They checked security footage. There was Garrett, night after night, sneaking around base with a backpack full of paper animals, leaving them like some kind of origami Santa Claus. Turned out Garrett had been doing this since week 2 of arriving on base. Over 3 months, he created and distributed over 400 origami figures. Never asked for money, never wanted recognition, just liked making people smile. But here's where it got complicated. MPs started getting reports of soldiers trading origami pieces. Garrett's work had become valuable. Guys were betting them in poker games, trading them for favors. Some dude in 2nd platoon had collected 50 different designs, kept them in a display case like baseball cards. Another soldier was offering $20 for a specific dragon design. Garrett had accidentally created an underground origami economy. His paper animals had become base currency. When command found out, they didn't know what to do. Technically, Garrett had broken multiple regulations. Unauthorized after-hours movement, entering restricted areas without permission, creating an unauthorized trading system. Our company commander, Captain Holloway, called Garrett into his office. We all waited outside, expecting him to just get yelled at. Instead, Garrett walked out an hour later looking confused, handed us a piece of paper, an Article 15, non-judicial punishment for operating an unauthorized business enterprise on military property. We couldn't believe it. Garrett tried to explain. "Sir, I wasn't running a business. I never charged anyone. I just left paper animals around." Captain Holloway's response was documented in the Article 15. Private Kemp created an economic system using handcrafted items as tradable currency, thereby establishing an unauthorized barter network that disrupted normal base operations. The punishment? 2 weeks extra duty and a written essay on proper procedures for morale-building activities. But the story gets better. That Article 15 went up the chain of command for review. Some colonel at brigade headquarters read it and started laughing. Called Captain Holloway personally. "You gave a soldier an Article 15 for making origami? Are you serious?" Holloway defended his decision, said Garrett had violated security protocols, created unauthorized trading systems, and technically operated a business without permission. The colonel's response became legendary. "Captain, this soldier boosted morale across an entire base using paper and creativity. The only crime here is punishing him for it." Article 15 got overturned immediately. Garrett's record was cleared, but the colonel went further. He officially appointed Garrett as the base morale and welfare specialist, created a whole new position just for him, gave him an office, official supplies, and permission to distribute origami anywhere on base. Garrett's job description literally said create and distribute handcrafted morale items to improve soldier welfare and unit cohesion. He got paid to do origami, turned his hobby into an actual military job. Captain Holloway had to personally apologize in front of the entire company, told us that sometimes leadership means admitting when you're wrong. Garrett kept making origami until he finished his enlistment. By then, he'd created over 3,000 pieces. They're still trading them at Fort Carson. Some sergeant major has an entire collection worth hundreds of dollars. The most ridiculous Article 15 ever written got overturned and accidentally created the only official military origami program in Army history. And Garrett, he went to art school after getting out, runs a paper craft business in Portland now, makes 6 figures teaching origami workshops, still has a framed copy of that Article 15 hanging in his studio, says it's his favorite military award because it proved that sometimes breaking the rules is exactly what people need.